Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Voidling Bound. We've got 2 more runs, and I've got to figure out who I want to roll with it. I guess we should probably do a Nimiod, and we'll leave the Picurian for last. Unless this is one of those where we just can't make this work. I don't know. What's the color I haven't done yet? I haven't done much for like green. Oh, never mind. Plane shift purple looks really nice. I'll have to think about it. There's a couple of these that are going to be very nice looking. Let's see. Ooh, I like that kind of indoor dark teal. Alright. What about this one? I don't know. We're going to have a tiny little guy. So what are we doing with this one? I love some of these. I kind of like the ring, but I really like the dumb wizard hat. Okay, so we want essence, probably. I mean, it seemed like going for pure status effects really did work. Let's see, recuperation, 3-way tentacles. Strength, vitality. I like the chunky ones, because they're short. This guy's like 90% hat. Okay. So how does this guy work? What options do we have? Link up to 8 targets, deal damage over time. Strike up to 5 targets in range. Spark of electricity that chains it towards the 3 closest enemies. Cloud of spores that chases a random enemy inside the radius, dealing damage over time, having a chance to apply static on hit. Swarm of spores that assault the closest enemy. So, I wonder if I can stack multiple of these, which is going to do the most amount of damage. I still feel like aggro spore is probably the way to go. And I should have my basic attack do plasma. Automatically. Let's see. Node that periodically makes an enemy float. Node that releases falling spores that apply sleep. Node that splits into 3 smaller nodes. Node that explodes, pushes back enemies. Node that strikes up to 10 nearby enemies and applies static on tertiary ability use. Node with a damage over time moss patch that applies static. Node that grants increased speed, crit chance, and fire rate within range. I think I'm going to go for that one. Do fire. And then I have to be kind of nearby, so maybe we do the aggressive swarm on this one. Yeah, do we want to just do kind of a poison fire zap-ish build? The one problem is we don't really have much for survivability here. Okay, which was the guy that had the heal off of poison? Yeah, unfortunately we have so many things. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So there is also stuff like static discharge releases acid damage over time puddles that apply poison to enemies. But I don't know how reliable that is the issue. That's the issue with a lot of these, is that, like, there's some real useful things that I would love to go for. But I just don't know how viable they are. Part of it is we always need to have at least one healing stack. I don't think there's a way around that. Yeah, oh, it's drop healing orbs when enemies take poison damage. I don't know how practical that is. Now, I do have the very silly fire tornado, Ravenous Cyclone that drops healing orbs. I don't know how good this is the concern. Whereas I could just go for straight up vampire and probably have an easier time. So let's just do that. Okay, huge essence, decent vitality. We have a couple of elemental options. Let's see. Where's my hat man? There's my hat man. We have a couple of elemental options. I think I'll do a static build on the other guy. We haven't done a good poison build here yet, I think. I do not know if we're going to be able to get all the way up to 50, though. Oh, wait, there's a beta branch for this. I just remembered. That makes things a lot easier. Okay, I don't exactly know everything on the beta branch. However, the one that I do know about is that supposedly the beta branch gives you skips, which we assuredly want. Do I want to go for status effect damage? Maybe? I don't know how much we need it. I think I'm gonna... Well, do we need reload speed? No, we don't. We actually want cooldown. Really wish there was a search here. Status effect damage bonus. Let's see, a little bit of healing. I don't... Oh, that is a huge amount of healing. I still don't know if I need it, though. 400 health. Yeah, some of these are actually very good. We want this speed and stamina on this guy. They're kind of slow otherwise. Okay, ultimate fill rate. It's already very good. Oh, but that would tank their health down to like nothing, which is an issue. Yeah, cooldown reduction 15%. Well, okay. Yeah, secondary ability, spawn a node with a damage over time moss patch under it that applies burn. Because I forget how the nodes work. You know, maybe we want to switch the mossy node. Maybe. Because the problem with the mossy node is it applies burn, but only to land-based enemies. That is a bit of an issue. I don't think we need the cooldown reduction. So let's close out of this. I'm going to go back. I apologize for always getting slightly indecisive with these things, but I think we're going to try and go for Sub-Zero. Because speed, crit chance, and fire rate when in range. I think we're going to just try and go for raw damage. More than anything else. You know what? I'm a fool. I'm just going to go all in on poison. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to pick a more interesting perk. I know enemies being weak to poison, or like plasma is effective against them is good, but I think we can make do without. I think we got to find something else instead. And maybe I'm going to pay for this. I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. So what we want is fire rate status effects. So we don't... Well, okay, we're going to keep that one for the 15% speed. Is there anything else down here that gives me hella speed? Because I could be the fastest little guy in the West. See, I don't know how much I need the ultimate fill rate. Seems risky to me. Yeah, a bunch of elemental damage. We already have that one. Could go for the stats effect damage multiplier. I think let's go for that. So we're fast, got a ton of stamina, so I can stay in the air for a while. We get big bonuses to stats, do a ton of poison, and do extra damage to enemies when they're poisoned, and armor reduction to enemies that are poisoned. The only thing we don't have is like spreading poison, but I think I'll be fine. Oh my god, this guy is zippy. The reason why I wanted to do this is because, yeah, we've got a teleport, but they're not the fastest customer. I wish I could, like, extend... Okay, this is actually kind of nutty. Yeah, the problem is their range is slightly abysmal. And there's only so much I can do about that. But I can also just be leaving these nodes around. Alright. Well, everything seems to be melting. Nice part is we're this like bizarre auto aim character, so I don't actually have to worry about aiming at all. I think there is a benefit to directly pointing myself at enemies, and so I will try and do so for like bosses and whatnot, but I'm kind of safely ignore. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to go for this, you can stack more crit chance than 5, actually. That's interesting. Yeah, I wanted to go for this purely because this is like the most amount of attack speed that I can possibly kind of leverage. Generate a bunch of these. Okay. Well, that was so far so good. Yeah, the ultimate fill rate might be worth it. So, okay. If you're playing the beta, you get a skip for every level all the way up to your personal best. So that means we have a skip all the way up to like 51. Which is awesome. It means I do not have to spend a whole lot of time here in kind of the stinky doldrums. Here we go. Oh. This guy's leap ahead gives them a little bit of a block stack, too. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm actually kind of digging the Nimion. I think the main immediate problem I'm going to always have with it is just the lack of range makes it a little tricky to use. Depending on the circumstances. Whoop. No, none of that, you. But in most cases, it's going to be amazing. I think the one thing I could potentially consider is swapping out my, let's see. I could potentially swap out some of my, or like my main attack for, instead of single target, going for like a chain lightning, but even then, I think this is fine. It does track and shoot every single target. Okay, did we get it? No. Right, because I left this behind. Okay, get him completely? Yeah. Doesn't look like we've got more. I'm curious what other things have changed in the beta branch, but I'm not gonna look at the statistics here. I could. I think the other problem is because I've got the heal, where I've got vampirism going. Not to say the vampirism is anywhere close to bad. There we go. Wait for the ominous monolith to show up. We don't want to do it yet. Okay, now's a good time. Absolutely melted. Damn. Yeah, I've been going plasma this entire time because plasma is kind of like a no-brainer. Oh, I see. It's a no-brainer, pretty good element to pick, but there are a number of proc effects that are reliant on stuff like poison or burn or static. And so I've been picking secondary abilities that kind of trigger those things, but that's still boring. Like, just genuinely not a good build. And so it's like, well, I don't know, maybe I can pull this off. I kind of wish it was one of those that they actually got rid of the elemental effectiveness, just flatten everything, but only in the void. That for whatever reason, in the void, all things are equal. I think would instantly make for a slightly better build crafting experience here, because then it's more about like how good is my build rather than like locking you into certain arbitrary decisions. I think the other thing is I wish they actually gave exactly 1 or maybe 2 more slots when splicing. I know this is definitely a bigger ask. But specifically having a slot that is dedicated for survivability. It's kind of like a bonus extra slot that doesn't force you to pick it. Because, yeah, I've got Vampirism, for example, largely because not that I don't have a choice. I do. Now's a good time. Melt him down, boy. Okay, this is taking a little longer than I thought. But it's really that shield. Okay, grab this. I do love the build crafting in this game, though. It is so good. Like, all the different strategies that you can pick and play and experiment with. I think, I'm not going to skip 50, though, this time. We did last time mainly because I already had, but I don't need to here. By any measure. Right, I should probably get over here. Yeah, the cooldown reduction might have actually been a really good idea on this guy, purely because, let's see. Let's see. The cooldown reduction on this guy might have been a good idea, just to be able to... Whoop. Okay, this guy has some strange attachment to the ground. Just because actually getting the right-click ability out is kind of handy. Oh, right. I also haven't used his kind of slam move ever. I don't know if it's really something I'm going to go out of my way for. It poses a bit of a risk. I'm also noticing I'll still have stamina, but can't jump for some reason. Not a big deal. Okay. I mean, overall the strategy is working amazingly. We don't have to worry about the damage from the meteors because they only do damage on the ground. Even if I get, like, clipped through one of them, I don't think they can hit me. I think they only do damage on impact, which is kind of a goof. Okay, next skip. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going for these. They should land me... That was Abyss level 30. Oh, this might be dropping me boss. Be fun. Nope, skipped it. I guess I could do one more skip. I don't know, it feels weird and tacky skipping so much, but on the flip side, I do appreciate it. 'Cause I have no, like, real reason to be doing the 1 to 50 rush. In fact, it actually works better for me if I don't. Because I think the drop rates are genuinely better the deeper I go. Oh, you can get a ton of fire rate stacks. Holy shit, actually. I'm not using them because they don't last, unfortunately. But yeah, powering out a bunch of these simultaneously for like giga stack boost. Because yeah, we got six speed stacks at least. It must be like two per node, give or take. And so if I can get like 3 or 4 of them out, I just pop off. That is so satisfying. Okay, I don't see anything else there. Oh, is it the healing rift? Yeah, it's a healing rift. It might be one of those where we get past 50 and just kind of power around for a little while. I don't know. Yeah, let's shoot for 60. If this drops us past the boss, I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm actually hoping it just drops me straight into the boss fight. 47, I'll take it. Okay, you. And yeah, I do have to shoot these guys as they go by, as I am incapable of healing myself otherwise. Well, okay, not fully incapable. Get hosed. Okay, damage is good, everything is fine. I don't know how much this guy needs to be concerned. Do we just... No. No, we're heading for the boss. I might as well fight the level 50 boss. It feels wrong if I don't. Yeah, I might actually squeeze in a run with the bug here. Not to say that this is necessarily disinteresting so much as just... I think I've proven this build. It is just floating its way to difficulty 50. Might be running a little bit out of steam here, depending. But I think that's kind of mostly just due to the fact that these guys are tough. It does really help that they are just completely airborne. I do kind of wish I could just hold spacebar and float. Because yeah, it seems like half the time when I'm trying to jump, we just don't, and I don't know why. Alright. Yeah. Absolutely destroyed. And we're getting to the point where it's practical for me to farm for these things. So I don't know how good any of them are. Okay, there's the central one. Alright, Artificial Annihilator. Feels weird to have a boss spawn. That was a good time. Now we have a bunch of these. Now do they all... Oh, they all benefit from the speed and attack speed boost. Damn. Even then, it takes some serious doing to kill these guys. And yeah, I'm having a hell of a time actually harming them. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they must have had a bunch of those Aegis stacks. Or shield stacks, or something. Something made them extra beef chunk. That's okay. Still not finding any, like, amazingly good catalysts. Still haven't figured out if status effect damage is particularly good. Maybe what I should do is just light one of the bosses up and just see if it melts. You know, kind of prep it, but then not... Not actually try and finish it off? Okay. the Tumorous Titan. Now, I wanted to get it up to 15. Wait, did the other one just insta-die? It has the poison damage on it. It's legitimately good. It does do a ton of damage to him. But I think it's better, obviously, if I just keep attacking them directly. Okay, I do have a skip here. I mean, win in Rome? Okay, now we've got some stuff. And it's all duplicates. Speed and fire rate and armor and health, like those are legitimately good. Do we try for like a little bit more? I haven't been feeling in danger yet, except for the one mid boss that was like too chonky for its own good. Well, we can get up to 60. Yeah, it's really the enemies that have the shield stacks that stun me. I think the other problem is this guy is not the beefiest customer. They are, unfortunately, survivable mostly due to the fact that they're really difficult to hit. But not much else. I think before we're done, I want to try one more hit marker build. Probably with like a better healing effect, and see if I can make that work again. That is a chunky boy. Weak catalyst, though. It's not what I need. Let's see. Oh, it's you. On the plus side, he's in for a bad lime. Because unlike normal where he's like just warping around and becoming a nuisance, but I want to be close to all my things. But for some reason he has just decided to live in this corner. Alright. Yeah, this character has some like really fascinating... Really? I have another skip? I've gone to 60? We're not gonna... We want to fight the bosses because at this point we want those bonuses. And yeah, considering the pace that I've been going here, it is entirely viable for me to do a second run with somebody else. Maybe? I don't know. Do I stick to the Nimiod? Do I not? How far do I take this lad? Because the other thing, of course, is that we did actually get a good pair of catalysts there. There is some conversation to be had on when do I bail and take the good loot with me. I'm kind of a coward when it comes to extraction shooters that, like, usually if I'm playing an extraction shooter game, I will get to, like, the first meaningful reward and then be like, alright, that's it for me. I think eventually, like, I get above that, but I've just been so punished by them. You know, one simple mistake, one random oops, and there goes your, like, best gear, and now you have to work your ass all the way back to the start. Or, back from the start. Really? They're still giving me skip portals. How far have I gone? I have no idea. I haven't paid any attention to my personal best. Attack power and armor, but we already have that one. I do really like the catalyst system. I think that is actually... Ooh. No, that would be way too nutty. Like, I think it introduces a nice degree of... a nice degree of, like, additional layered stat min-maxing in a way that I find super satisfying. I think my only, minor gripe is that, like, as soon as I've got all of them, there's no point in playing the game anymore. But on the flip side, like, how much more can you even add to a game before it becomes ridiculous? Oop. Yep, okay. Okay, killed it. But I think we're gonna fight the boss. And then I think I'm going to get out of here because this actually is starting to harm me. Because I also only heal from damaging enemies. The reload heal is, I think, honestly, the answer to a lot of this. But not for this guy. Because he doesn't benefit from it. Okay, we good to go? Yep. Boss time. He's good, he's just too flimsy. I think, I'm gonna say, I think it's the Glick. The Glick is the true powerhouse that I've seen so far. Everybody else has a chance to die. The Glick don't care. Oh, it's the Legion Overlord. Well, maybe I did fight this guy. Okay, we might actually have to engage with its mechanics. More than just... Yeah, this is super beefed out too. Oh, that beam is death. Okay, we took him down one. Oh, is he changing, he might be changing elements? Yeah, unfortunately, him with slowing is, like, actually a serious issue if he decides to do that beam again. He hasn't yet. He's mostly just angrily staring at me while possibly shooting... big AoEs? Yeah, I actually never realized this guy is switching... Yeah, I never realized he's switching elements. But yeah, this is a character that can die easily. I think part of the problem is because my healing is so locked to how much damage I do. Okay, he doesn't shoot that one up, which is a good thing to know. There we go. All right, absolutely time to go to shoot them in the face, town. Please take me out of here. It is too dangerous from my little squidgy fish. All right, we're good. Now, all that's left is just these two guys who are nothing to me, probably. Watch them kill me. And I can leave early, but why would I do that? These guys are actually just as rewarding as the final boss. Which is a little silly to say. I know. Alright. We good? We're good. Freedom! Ooh. Well, we got 2 good catalysts, but now we're leaving because, oh, we are not going to survive another round of that. Yeah, I like the Nemeon. I think he's fun. I think the, I mean, the lack of survivability, but maybe I just need to invest more into things. I think it's really just vampirism. Vampirism and any of the damage-based, healing perks do not help after a certain point. The enemies just get way too tough. And so you need something that's like reload-based. Who knows what. Hello, random guy. Goodbye, random guy. Alright, well, do I want to make a Picurian? I think it's time to make a Picurian. And see where that takes me. Because I don't think I'm going to do more with the Nimiad. Maybe there's other ways to make the Nimiad, like, obscenely good. But, again, getting up to, like, wave 160 is crazy good. Oh, damn. These guys have some really good colorations. But I should probably look at the official ones. It's okay. I was really hoping there would be, like, a gold shell one. I mean, flickering bronze does look good. Let's all snag that as kind of the default. The clustered gray. I don't know. The clustered gray just looks really distinguished. That's got kind of like a nice chrome to it. But this just looks nice. Alright. And then eyes. Yeah. I don't think most of these... Okay, lady dots? Yeah, I think just the color scheme on this one doesn't actually have anything. Secret lady dots. Big bug? Small bug. Small bug! Alright, so what are we doing with this guy? Well, the real answer is, I don't know. I've never actually looked at how he plays. 2 high rate of fire beams that apply static, deal damage, and apply armor reduction over time. Wave of enemies, apply static. Continuous beam passes through enemies. Curse the ground in front of the character. Shred through enemies' resistances. Applying armor reduction periodically. Looks like it does also do a poison. So, single high fire rate beam that applies static. Fan of protons. Freeze ray or convergent beams. I don't want to do stuff like cursed ground. So I think freeze ray or convergent beams are good. This one is apply stat, does damage and armor reduction over time is very good. Yeah, poison, burn. Let's go for static. The only immediate problem is we don't get any of that fun chain lightning. Oh well. Dash is short. Short attack applies static to enemies, releasing the dash at full charge, refreshes its cooldown. Charge to dash applies fear. Grows in width. Charge or beam attack that does increased damage to lower your stamina is... Oh. Charge a beam attack that damages enemies on its path while charging apply hit mark to enemies. Triggering hit mark deals increased damage and grants cooldown reduction. Well, that's an option. We do also have static discharge releases acid damage over time puddles that apply poison to enemies. The main problem is I don't think flying enemies helps you at all with that. So I think we go for the hit mark combo again. But I think I'm going to go for rejuvenating siphon as my heal. Okay. So we want to go for probably agility. Let's see. Thin outgrowth. Okay, do I want the hardened? Yeah, let's just go for this. More agility. We want this guy to be as speedy as I can get. Maybe. Gem spears. Sure. And then encrusted legs or jeweled back? Honestly, Joel Beck, the encrusted gems are kind of okay looking. So we're kind of going for the Zap Typhoon. We're going to do armor reduction. There was another hit mark, but I don't think it was a healing hit mark. I forget. I really wish there was a search here. Being able to just search like hit mark or poison or anything like that would be massive. I think it was like a Gwygoon hit mark. Electromagnetic pulse on hit mark trigger. Damaging and pushing back nearby enemies. You know, healing. Well, you know what? Maybe we give it a shot. No, because it's not generating them. I don't know. Let's just be Tacky Boy again. Because I really liked the kill mark trigger, but it was kind of a shame that it just got absolutely demolished. That the let's see, Operation Void Strike. That we just didn't have healing because we couldn't heal with the hit marks going. So what do we want to do with this sucker? I mean, more or less, I think we just want attack speed. I don't even know if we want damage. I think I just want an ammo dump. Movement speed is good, though. We definitely want that. If we can find more. Speed and fire rate. Speed and stamina. Let's see. Reload speed and stamina. I don't know if we want the reload speed and stamina, though. Yeah, I have stuff like cooldown reduction, but I don't know if we need it. It might not be a bad idea to go for, like, reinforced vitality. Oh, yeah, because this guy doesn't actually have the big boon. Sure. I'd like to get this one upgraded. So this is just tons of fire rate, so hopefully we're just triggering hit marks constantly. I wish I could see info on this one, because I wish I knew if Mark of the Storm was triggered by hit mark. I have no way of knowing. Let's see. I should be fine. Who knows? Alright. Let's see how this little blitz bug does. Obviously, we've got the kill marker on. It's going to be interesting playing this guy to begin with, just because I haven't yet. And I think I'll have to see if there's other potential strategies to work with. Okay, so Precarian short range beamer. Saturating battlefield with powerful attacks. Okay. Threats get too close, rely on evasive skills to slam into action with an area of effect. Oh, there's not much. Okay. Ow. Oh, it's fine. Okay, even with a fire rate, this guy actually doesn't burn ammo that fast. He is quick, though. I am loving that. But yeah, he doesn't have the survivability that, say, the Glick had. Speed, though. It's got the speed. So that's a big beam. We got a shift. Okay, and then it's just like a regular melee attack. Alright, I mean, seems fine. I've run into a whole lot of enemies. Ground speed on this sucker is extremely satisfying. Biz 10, skip the first boss. I'll take it. I actually don't know if the hit marker is going to be good. Like, the damage is mostly there. I don't know. I'll have to figure out. I guess the real question is, how does this guy stand up against a boss? This is genuinely not working. But we do just randomly insta-kill them every once in a while. So maybe it's fine. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to take them into a regular boss fight to figure it out. Because yeah, we've got the super fast attack speed that lets me potentially proc those hit markers quickly. It just does depend on how many hit markers we get. Because I do one-shot the like mid-boss. Yeah, so we'll have to see. Where's this gonna drop me? Hopefully before the level 20 boss so we can figure it out. Perfect. I don't think I'll take the next skip. I think we want to do the level 20 boss just to see what that looks like. And we can go from there. Because I like how this guy moves, but I think the real answer is I kind of need to go for something that works off of procs. Because they apply, whatever they apply quickly. Oh, you know what? There's the one that's like apply bleed on like frostbite stack and some other stuff. There is a world where I can kind of lean into that build. I'm actually genuinely having some trouble hitting some of these guys too. I mean, I'm popping them quick, so maybe it's fine. It's really just how does this build behave against bosses. Okay, we're good. He's got some really nice acceleration. Yeah, maybe we should go back and go for like the elemental. Well, okay. Because yeah, I think a huge part of this right now is that we're just reliant on raw damage, which I haven't been for multiple episodes. I mean, we are getting just the kill marker insta-kill bonuses. I think I've given this guy too much stamina, but no. I don't know how much of an issue that is. Suckers are tanky. Okay, already got that one. Good. I was hoping to go for more of like a status effect build, but it really does feel like going... The answer is it's that goofy elemental damage perk catalyst that I think that one has spoiled me super hardcore in terms of like build crafting, because it's just so upsettingly good. Because that's the one that's causing my damage to go like absolute haywire. Okay. Well, should be a boss shortly. Then we can see how this guy handles, because like some of the tanky enemies, the ones with that kind of like weird resistance buff, they don't die fast. Yeah, the one problem with this character is this specific healing setup is it does not work if you can't reload. So if you happen to be getting infinite stamina buffs, yeah, your healing is hosed. That's why the Glick build was working so damn well. Because that thing was just emptying its clip. That's why I was trying to go for the double beam here, because I was kind of hoping the double beam wouldn't have this issue. Alas. Okay. Nope, that's an egg. Cannot shoot egg. Get that. There's the artificial annihilator. Now let's see how this handles. All the hit markers do heinous things to it. There is also the option of, yeah, like I could go for an execute bleeding enemies at half health thing. That's got some potential, but even then you have to get them down to half. I think this is working. Like, reasonably well. The damage is nice. On the plus side, it also does not matter how well I do or don't. We haven't found a single catalyst that actually makes a difference here. And so, like, I think we'll do this fight just to see how they handle. Bug is on fire. I like its design. Like, visually it's cool looking. Yeah, it's got the hit marker. But we're not even triggering the Typhoon here. This is... well, there kind of goes. Okay. Maybe I need to use my alt fire a little bit more. Because it felt like the alt fire was doing some serious damage to it. Yeah. I don't think the kill marker, or the hit marker kill marker, like, it's good, but it just is not proccing here enough. See, I was really hoping that I'd be, like, summoning just, like, an absurd amount of Typhoons over them and it would get very silly. But they might have nerfed the Typhoon. They might have also just nerfed the kill marker. I don't think this build's got legs. Like, I could keep it going, but I don't think that's it. Let's figure something else out to do with this bug. Okay, so hit marker, kill marker, no dice. We have execute enemies with bleed below 50% health. Like, that is an option. Yeah, chance on kill things. Bleed stacks and spawn heal orbs when you damage an enemy affected by sleep. Okay. Can I go for a nap time build? How easy is it to apply sleep to enemies? Because that's a damage over time and a heal. Because, yeah, there's also apply 5 bleed when enemies get frostbite stun. Yeah, fear when when hitting something with sleep. I think sleep is a lot harder to pull off than I'd like. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, we had the... Link up to 3 enemies in proximity to gain stamina regen. 5 burn stacks on static discharge. Pulling damage. On static discharge, spark that ricochets to enemies. Okay, on crit strike, spawn a spark that strikes a random nearby enemy and applies static. But there's not much for crit here. Oh, there's the poison. And yeah, I'll have to find something else for healing. There's the Ravenous Cyclone, which I've never used. Yeah, there's also like heal for burn. We could try that. Okay. And would I be better off going for the single freeze ray? Maybe. Yeah, because it seems like this triggers the status effects that much faster. This one ticks slow. This one ticks real fast. That should work. So this way we get both poison and fire whenever... Oh, nope. Poison burn whenever we blast static. I think I'm going to take this guy for... Yeah, we can do one more spin. The runs are much, much shorter. Okay, this is going to be kind of an odd one. I've been poking at this guy's build, and it is not exactly working. Shoot slime in a random direction when using any ability. I figure this guy's firing super fast, so I might as well give it a shot. On a crit, spawn a spark that strikes a random nearby enemy and applies static. This guy's got a 95% crit. Like, their base is 80%, which is insane. I did boost their agility up a ton. And then 3 swarms of leeches that seek and drain life from enemies with your tertiary ability, which I believe is his dash, which I think he uses fairly often. And so we're just going to try and leech storm this. I have no idea if this build's going to work. I'm not really betting on it, but you never know. Well, never say never. Okay, never mind. This might actually be amazing. Yeah, because those are the leeches. Okay, the leeches are working. But it doesn't seem like it always gets all of them. Yeah, the leeches might not hit enemies that are down on the ground. Well, okay. This has some fascinating potential all the same. The on ability proc is working so damn well. Okay. Are we getting him with the leeches? No, we are not. Okay. So, I think we're almost there. I think this build is almost good. I think we have to give up on the leeches, though. I think we're escaping. That, for whatever reason, that ain't gonna work. We gotta find a different healing move to carry this bug. But we're 90% of the way there. Let's see. What's a good healing one? Yeah, because there's heal off of disintegration. I mean, that is an option. Let's see if I can find it. I forget which one it is. Yeah, heal for 100% of disintegration damage, but it only works for disintegration stacks, which is the tricky bit. Yeah, because if I could heal off of spark damage, but I don't think I know of anything that scales off of, that heals off of spark. Which is a bit of a downer. Okay, the answer is we're just going to have to go vampire. I don't think we have a choice one way or another. Much as I'd like to try any number of other things, vampire seems to be the only way. Let's see. Let's take him back at it again. I don't know if we're definitely not making it to 50 on this one. This video has gone on long enough. I just wanted to make this guy work. Find a strategy that works well with him. What I was hoping for is more abilities that proc off of crit. Oh, shoot. It's fine. My catalysts are like slightly off. I've still got it set on cooldown speed. Maybe I didn't need that. Maybe. I think it'll be fine. Once again, main goal is to just kind of figure this out. I guess I also have currently Frost as my main damage source. The main thing I'm digging here is that these spores are just everywhere. And yeah, I've got a really short cooldown on that. Which, like, I almost feel like I'm going to have to do one more Glick run before we're done. Just to see what I can do with him. I think this guy's just a little slow and just a little limited. It does have extreme fire rate that makes this work. The fact that those get so goddamn huge is nutty. I want to fight some kind of mid-boss that goes along the ground. Just to see how much damage this does, because I can only assume that this is big damage. Maybe? Crystallized Harbinger. Dang it, you are not the one! Yeah, like, the damage on this is decently good. The slow is very fun to play around with. I don't know. I'm going to have to actually just leave this here. Like, it does a ton of damage, but it's not on the level of absurdity that I'm looking for. And I don't know how to make this guy work. I guess I might as well leave it here and say that, if you guys want to give me some, like, build suggestions to make the Bacurian actually sing, I am all ears. I've got some good ones, but it just doesn't feel like any of them really are hitting where they need to be. And that feels like a shame. Yeah, we don't have nearly the speed that I had earlier. Like, the Chain Lightning crit, I think that's there. Like, it's good. It just doesn't melt bosses and faces good. It does really make the Spore Shot work amazingly well. I guess the one other thing I haven't tried on this one is the Run Fast. Because I could see this guy actually working with the Shoot and Run Fast perk. Let's see. But it just feels like bosses are going to be slightly sluggish. Because my main goal is to try one of every build in a way that, like, really utilizes every build. But I think this has, like, some really fun potential here, owing to the fact that I'm just leaving behind endless death goop on the ground. I'm gonna have to try that with a Glick, I think. Yeah, I think I might want to either try this with the Glick or maybe the Queepack with the like super speed like run and gun. Because I think super speed run and gun with this would actually work amazingly well. Now I forget. Does the goop poison them? I don't think so. No, it just slows them down. And I'm not really getting the frost perk, the frost proc either. Yeah, I'll have to think about what to do with this guy. Because, there was like the option for the hit mark thing, but that doesn't, that wasn't proccing the way I needed it to. To like really give me those fun typhoons. So I don't know. Let's hope this drops me right before the boss. Because, I mean, like getting up to the level 20 boss would be good. It got me up to level 21. I mean, okay, we can make it up to 30, maybe. I got a little bit of time. Not much. But I got a little bit. Okay, right. And these are cleansing. And maybe part of it is also this is like the last guy. Like, not every creature is going to hit. Like I said, did not enjoy Gwygoon much at all. Didn't hate him, just didn't like him. Get this. So far, so good. I think it's one of those where, like, this guy doesn't have quite the mobility that I'm looking for. It's there, but it's not amazing. Compared to the Glick just being able to hyper stack speed and Infiniblock, which I really want to go for a cooldown reduction Glick build. They can really lean into the whole... Got it all? Perfect. Cooldown reduction Glick build that can really lean into making it so that nothing can harm him. Because yeah, I wonder if I could actually do one of the builds, like the damaging tornadoes might actually work well with the Glick build. This is actually doing reasonably well. Okay, this actually does do a lot of damage, but it doesn't do like an amazing amount of damage when they've got the shields up. It's just as soon as the shields go down, they melt. But is that anything new? I don't know. I think if there were more like fun perks that worked off of crit, I think this guy could really sing. Is it going to drop me at 31? 29. All right, cool. We can do the level 30 boss. I think that's a good way to take this out and maybe get a good catalyst if we're lucky. Because yeah, I really like the goo, and it feels like that's got a ton of potential. The chain lightning, I don't think I need. I liked the idea of it. The actual execution is okay. It does a decent amount of damage, but it's not doing enough damage to proximate enemies compared to super goop spray. Like, I actually have a decent shot of just like murking everything just with gooping around. Damn. Yeah, if you notice, like, my damage is good. But it's not enough to keep me full health constantly. I see that as a bit of an issue for longer runs here. Okay, so let's fight the boss, see how it goes, and then probably call it a night. Because I mean, we've gotten what, 3 different runs here? That doesn't really help if all of them are flying. Wow, okay. Yeah, shield goes down, instantly loses half their health. I will give credit. It does do a lot of damage, it's just when they have the shields up, no, it doesn't do nearly enough. yeah, I'll poke at it. But I think for now, at least, I'm going to leave it here. So, I guess, once again, if you got any build suggestions to make the Picurium more interesting, hey, fire rate multiplier. That's good. I am all ears because I'd like to do one run that really makes them sing. I just can't. I kind of felt like that was it. And compared to some of the other things I pulled off, it was okay. Anywho, I guess with all that said, you know the usual. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching.